God, yeah.
Coming up today on This Is True Really News, true first-person confession. If you like This Is True Really News, well, you may not know it yet, but I think you probably do like it because you're going to like us. We're very likable. We're also, no, I'm not going to say we're lickable because that moves us into the adult territory, so we aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
So in any case, we're likable.
Ew.
And you could have, you could like, subscribe, and follow us.
You could do that.
And no
one knows why you would do that, but you could.
We're looking forward to it.
It is an option.
If you find a story you think that we think would be thinkly funnable, then we would appreciate that to be sent to TITR@netradio.network.
What the hell?
I don't know. I told you that yesterday. I have no idea what my mouth is doing. That also got me thrown out of class a lot.
I'll bet it did.
Also got us in trouble on the radio.
It did. And it was fun on date night too, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Oh, crap. I have to have a story, don't I?
Yes, you do.
26-year-old Julio Cesar Bermejo, a Peruvian man, is being detained in Puno after police described
early police?
After police discovered a
chrysanthemums?
Regularly. After police discovered a mummified human in his possession.
What, in his pocket?
So you can't have you can't possess firearms, you shouldn't possess narcotics, and apparently not mummified human beings.
I can't imagine why.
Now, this is from that world-class news organization.
The early news organization known as
People. Yes, People. I'm guessing the magazine?
Yeah, probably.
Officers approached three men drinking in a park in February, noticed the remains inside a cooler delivery bag. Romeo told them that he had brought the mummy to the park to show off to his friends.
No, I got a mummy.
You're not Peruvian, are you? Because that would be something you'd do.
I would show it off. If I had a mummy,
that's right.
I'd show it off to everybody.
When my son was charging his friends $quarter to look at his dead dog. Yeah. Anyway, the mummy had been in his...
That kid's a genius.
He's brighter than his dad, that's for sure.
His early dad.
Yeah. His very early dad. Getting earlier and earlier. Bermejo showed off to his friends. The mummy had been in his family for decades. He said he named the remains Juanita, and it was his spiritual girlfriend. However, officials say, if you want to be accurate, the mummy is actually a 45-year-old male, and they've turned it over to Peru's Ministry of Culture.
How do they know how this person identifies? Are they misgendering them?
He might have been dead before we got into all that bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Nonsense. Sorry. Stuff and such.
HR stuff and such.
Yeah.
True first-person confession. I worked at this barbecue joint, and there was this table with a really obnoxious 4-year-old that kept grabbing at everything. My hands, my clothes, the tray I was serving from. This went on the whole meal. And I
dated a girl like that once.
And the parents didn't do a thing about it. So towards the end of their meal, they ordered dessert. Peanut butter silk pie.
It sounds fabulous.
I make sure to cover it in an extra mound of whipped cream and balance it precariously on the side of my tray.
No.
Counterbalanced with a couple of soda refills for the parents.
No.
When I got to the table, the little kid made a grab for the tray and everything conveniently capsized all over him and his parents. They were covered in Diet Coke, whipped cream, and the stickiest peanut butter pie you can imagine. I looked appropriately chagrined, said, I am so sorry. Guess that's what happens when you have kids.
Or you make a haul of a dead dog.
That's right.
These are the only two things that can happen. Rudolpho Santillan. Is there a Burglars or Us? Because Rudolpho has a problem.
Okay.
He cannot stop burglarizing cars.
Whatever for.
Hey, he was born that way.
Oh, okay. He identifies as a burglar? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently. At least the police identify him as a burglar. February, he broke into a car in Chicago while wearing an ankle bracelet for 2 pending car burglary cases. CWB Chicago reports a passing cop stopped and charged him with misdemeanor criminal trespass, and he left the police station at 4:40 p.m. At 6:40 p.m.,
2 hours later,
called to another van where workers said they found Santillan inside. He was also caught on video taking tools from a nearby car. That's the trifecta, dudes. He was held without bail for violating bond in the previous cases.
Oh. And by the way, stop doing that.
I can't. Hi, my name's Rudolpho. Hi, Rudolpho.
Coming up here, a woman, a couple of quick stories. A woman. Yeah, sorry about that. A woman in northern France has been charged with insulting the president of the republic after calling French President Emmanuel Macron filth on Facebook.
Was he early filth or?
Really, really late filth. She faces a fine of up to 12,000 euros, 13,250 American, if found guilty. Can you believe that?
You can't insult the president of France?
Right. And
I can't go to France.
Right. I insult all politicians. They all deserve it. And, a few other public servants who are real poop heads. Especially that one guy that was a butthouse to me.
Huh?
Never mind. I don't think the statute of limitations is run out. After his father died
to get in a sensitive area.
After his father died in 2018, the Social Security Administration declared Jackson Dyson dead, despite only sharing a last name with his father. Jackson's mother thought she cleared up the confusion, even getting a letter from the agency saying he was alive. Then when she tried to file her taxes last year, the IRS wouldn't let her claim Jackson as a dependent because government records show he's dead. In a fit of altruism, each agency blames the other for the mistake.
Hey, they did it. No, they did. Though, the IRS is never wrong.
Never, ever wrong.
When they called me 3 years after my dad died, wondering why he hadn't been filing tax returns. And I said, well.
Oh, man, I can imagine you sitting down, lighting a cigarette, putting your feet up and saying, oh, boy.
Here's what I got for you. You might want to check July or August 3 years ago. Somewhere in there, his people filed his final tax return with all of the prerequisite documents. Really? No, I'm making this up. Yes, my dad's been dead for 3 years.
Thank you for bringing up a painful subject.
We'll check on that and get back to you if we have to. Never heard another peep.
Got one where they said we didn't file our taxes and we're coming after us. And I said, we did too. Well, on this particular one, Anne had signed first and I signed second. And when we talked about that, I said, well, maybe you got misfiled under Ann Combs and not Scott Combs. So
they looked,
called them back. And they said, no, we only file under the husband's name. And I said, but her name was first. Would you please check? No. I had to call my state senator, a federal senator, and they say, what can we do for you? I said, you can get these clowns to do their job.
Get these bat rastards to do what they should do.
Right. And then I got a call back within 20 minutes saying, yeah, they found it. I said, they find it under Ann's name? Yup. Okay. Ask them to kindly shut the hell up. So there.
But the IRS is never wrong.
Ever.
And they're going to let them carry weapons? Hang on.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.